Yes. No, I'll never remember that.
Turn to your director.
Breaking news. Breaking news. We have older conference videos out here on DVD. The price has been reduced to $1 a disc.
Ooh.
So take a look at them. Get them. Get them while they're hot.
Get them while they're cold, even if you want.
Once again,
He has an announcement.
Dad's got it on.
Iron in the Hat tickets, there's lots of good stuff over there. There's some new stuff that's been put in. Also, we've got the bid sheets out for the demonstrator pieces and the group project pieces. Go over there, bid often.
Bid a lot.
Bid a lot, yeah. It's all going for Rocky Mountain Smiths.
Thank you, Dad.
All right.
Join me in welcoming once again the babe of the blacksmith world, Jill Turman.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to be your flight attendant for the next 2 hours. There are emergency exits behind me as well. Choose your closest. So, what?
Where's the call button?
The call button. Bing! Okay, so I had a couple goals of what I wanted to accomplish today, or I should say this conference. Of course, I want to finish the piece that we started, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of vote on what you want to see, because I'd like to let you guys go home with as many different forging elements as possible for you to go try. So Mike has assured me that you guys will not mind that I went ahead and added this piece. Do you guys particularly want to see me forge weld the original? No? Thank you. Great. Okay. Excellent. Okay, yeah, because I always travel with samples, so what I did is took the sample piece, overlapped, this is the one that I forged in the demo, overlapped them, cut them, and then we welded it by a non-traditional method. But we are going to cover that weld with a collar, okay? In reviewing where I'm at, this piece fits very well to the drawing. This one is just slightly off. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just open it right here a little bit to pull that whole part back. And then I'm going to tweak it right here to push that over. So it's just a couple minor adjustments. And because I want to be done. Done is my favorite four-letter word. Yeah, work. Work is a good one. Okay. That's actually closer than I'm thinking it is. I'm still going to just pull this back right in here. I'm going to try not to pull it right at the weld because we don't want to break it. If you can just heat it right there for me. And then I don't know if everyone was here in the morning. My very first piece, I was saying I had to be careful to forge them in opposing directions, and I did not. So I cut that off. I'm going to forge one more end. You can get that one for me too, just at the end. And, oh, and then this piece. This is one of the ones that we made the other day. And it is close enough that we're gonna call that good. So while that's getting hot, I'm gonna give you guys a couple options of things that we can do in this session. I brought along some samples of just simple grass type forms that I do. I like to intermingle different types of wild grasses together. So we can do these.
We like the 5-leaf grass.
You like what?
The 5-leaf grass.
The 5-leaf grass thing. I don't have 5 pieces of round stock cut. So we can do that. I also brought along a sample. This is a simple rosette that I do. In my slide, in my slide presentation yesterday, there was a rosette like this on the front of the vent-a-hood in the apron. I also used it in the apron of the bathroom vanity. I've also used this as a shoe where we will attach a post and then we'll drill. So it's a nice way to mount a railing. So we can do that option. Or I have a couple different styles of more literal leaves as opposed to this more interpretive leaf shape. We can do, the taco leaf that I mentioned. There's another leaf that I was showing my team that is flattened out and then veined. So who wants to do what?
Yes.
Okay, we got a taco. We got a taco.
After lunch.
I know, right. And nobody's full from lunch. Yesterday was tacos. Right. Okay, so we have time to do maybe the taco leaf and the other leaf so you can see the difference. We'll start with those and see where we go. But my main priority is to get this to the point where I have all the pieces matching my drawing, and then I'm going to weave them together. So.
Oh, she's going to work here? Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, right. Where is the... I'm going to move all this stuff. Okay.
We're ready.
Got it? I'm not used to having someone help me so much. Okay. Let's see, what was I doing? I was going to pull the bottom out. Okay. So once again, when I want to do a very specific area, I'm going to use my bending fork because I can easily adjust a tight spot. Put my shims down. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see without looking straight down the way that I am, but by bending here, I've moved this entire element, so I'm creating a nice little negative space. And we're going to do, I'm just going to tighten it in right here a little bit, and now I'm going to burn myself. We're going to cool that. I'm just going to tweak it right there, too.
Okay. Well,
Got it?
You want me to actually cool it?
You can let it, it's going to take me just a sec to forge that one that you have in the fire. Okay, so for review, we're going to do the saber end. I'm going to do it the right way. Which is wedge. Yep. Okay.
I did not quench that yet.
Oh, thank you for telling me. So once again, if you notice when I am doing a flare, I'm forging it one way and then I'm flipping it over because I'm keeping that mass kind of centered. There we go.
I wanted to cool all the way.
Thank you for not burning me. And also, when I'm flaring, I'm usually working at the edge of the anvil rather than in the center of the anvil, because like Brett was saying, you're not necessarily coming straight down, you're angling your hammer. It's nice to be working at the edge when you're coming in at an angle. You gotta yell, I can't hear you.
Do you want to do the glove plug?
The glove plug, you need to share. I cannot take credit for this idea. I wear these out all the time. Look at this genius idea. Leather and fabric glue.
Right. The lesson I learned is not to get too thick of leather because then you can't bend your
Uh-huh.
fingers. So the thinner is like better, and that's like a medium weight.
Yeah, because I always get a hole right in my thumb, right there.
Yeah, do it on the fabric too.
Huh? Because I'm using my thumb wrong and I'm giving myself tendonitis, right? Exactly, so this will further my tendonitis problem, thank you.
So Tandy leather sells steel tan cutoffs, and they're small pieces, and they're way too small for some other project ideas I had, but then they were perfect for cutting the foot on fingers and thumb.
Perfect, Amy Pay is gonna hate you for ruining her sales. Yeah, I guess I should say also, if anyone is a left-handed smith, come see me because I have a lot of right-handed gloves that I don't use because I can't wear a glove on my hammer hand. I just can't. I know, I should. For a long time, one of my employees was left-handed, but he's not my employee anymore, so.
Have you tried turning them inside out?
No. Does it work?
Well, I don't know what it looks like. But it would change the hand. We're ready for you here.
All right, that's getting close. I'm gonna do one more,
This other piece is ready,
and it's not gonna burn me.
but it's warm over there.
Okay. Where did I put the bedding fork? And what was I gonna do? What was I doing? I was bringing that in. Brack at me.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. All right, we're going to say that fits the drawing. It's reasonably in plane. All right, so that piece can cool off. All right. So what I am going to do is I am going to weave this piece so that it goes under and then it comes over. Same thing with this one. I could actually do them where they're completely woven. It's a little tedious. It gets a little bit clumpy when they're this close together. So I'm going to do a simple weave, 2 over, 2 over, okay? So the way that I do that, I really actually need to, can you guys bear with me while I finish the one more part? Okay. Okay. Did you see how it was kind of not having that shoulder? So I'm using the horn at the tip, and then I'm using the horn on the opposite side of that point. I could get a little crazy. We're not going to do that. Which one is this? All right, so all I need to do is just bend that. And I'm going to emphasize to you guys, a lot of the time, these shapes look the most dramatic with the taffy pull if you pull the apex rather than flaring all the way around. That's where you're really going to get that whip. All right, anyone have any other hot tips while we're waiting for that to get hot? No. Okay.
I got one.
Okay.
Something I learned for myself. I was having trouble MIG welding and seeing what I was doing. I realized I was wearing my safety glasses with cheaters, and what I needed to do was just put on reading glasses so that I could have the vision I needed right where I needed.
Mm-hmm. I weld with cheater glasses. I do. You can also get a magnifier for your welding hood. Okay. All right. So, I don't know if any of you have a fly press in your shop, but I'm going to show you how easy this is to do on the fly press as well. I'm going to mark that my curve is going to start right around in here. So it's not a whole bunch of bending I'm going to do with the fly press. But what we have is a really, really simple setup that took, like 10 minutes. All it is a piece of round bar. Usually we use a bigger one, but you use what you've got, and some solid blocks with the edge eased so that you don't dig. I got this. Thank you. Oop. Okay, so that's not what you want to have happen. My fly press does not have this big of a table, so you can actually hang a piece off of it. But theoretically, this would be touching both blocks. Hey, Dan, could you move that for me? All right, we're just going to see if it'll do it. Oh,
Hey guys, you should put another block underneath it, lift your blocks higher.
oh, that would work.
Yeah, if we had
Yeah.
But turn your work 90 degrees.
Well, you guys understand what I'm saying. You have 2 points. You have the third point coming down. Because those blocks are loose, I can move them in and out. A lot of the time, people will have a plate with fixed blocks, which is good if you're doing something bigger. But for something like this, it's handy, and you get more action, or you get a more gentle curve the further apart you're going to put those blocks. Oh, look at that. Almost. And it looks like I made a little kink. Oh, heck. Let's see. What? More or less. We're gonna call it good. How's that? All right.
You want this piece squinched too?
Yes, please. Okay, so when I weave these for a panel and a railing, I want them to kind of stay in plane with each other. So I'm going to start methodically with, that just bugs the Jesus out of me. I'm sorry. Let me just adjust that. Thank you. Okay. One more right there. Sorry, I'm not going to fuss, but they can't touch each other in an unattractive way.
Kind of like people.
Kind of like people, yes. All right. Let's just give it a little.
So can I ask a question?
Please.
So you marked it down to the right, but you're actually using the fly press farther, not on your mark.
Oh, because that's a general idea of where the action is supposed to be happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the action really is going to happen more where the bars are as opposed to where the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, we're going to say that that is what I meant. Okay, so this bar, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, this bar that I'm working on is on the bottom here, and then it's going to come up over here. So I need to be down on top of the cardboard, and then starting at this point right here, I need to come up, and then I need to plane out here, and then I'm going to come back down. Okay? So I'm going to come up, over, and then back down. So I'm going to move these in. And if you don't, I'll do it with the bending forks and the fly press. Let's see, where was I? I'm going to pull these in pretty tight to themselves because I want this to happen at a localized area. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see. I'm coming up, and then I'm going to want to cut horizontally. Okay, I'm not quite horizontal. And I will tell you, when I make this first bend, I am bending it further than I think I need to, because as I do the second bend, I'm losing a little bit. Okay. Give it just a hint more. That's looking pretty good. All right, and because I'm weaving over 1/2 inch, I have some 1/2 inch thick shims that I'm just going to check and be sure that I'm high enough. I'm really, really close. I'm going to give it just a little bit more on that first bend. Okay. All right, so that one's done. Then I'm going to do the piece that parallels it. So once again, this one is on the bottom. So I'm going to lay it on the cardboard. I'm going to mark that I want to start coming up somewhere beyond that cross. And I need to plane out by this point and come down the other way, okay? Do you guys want me to do this with the bending forks, fly press? It's a democracy. Fly press, okay. Okay, and then where was my other mark? I want to bring this back up a little bit. Right in there. So now I'm in plane, coming around. I might have gone a little extreme. Yeah, I'm a little bit high, so I'm going to take that out. Yes, I would definitely do this hot. Partly because normally I'm going to be working in a larger stock that I can't do cold.
You normally use the fly press doing this in your shop?
I like to use the fly press to do this, definitely. Yeah. Okay, that's better. So those two I'm going to set to the side. So now this piece is going to be sitting a 1/2 inch up. So I'm going to go ahead and set all my little shims. So that's in the upper plane, and it needs to drop behind these two. So I'm going to have to drop back somewhere in this area, and then I'm going to have to replane somewhere in here. And I'll come back out there. Okay? It's so minimal, the amount of length I'm losing. Okay. So I'm going to be careful to just hit the one bar. Hi. Okay, let's see how I did guessing. You can see right away, this is horribly out of plane, right? But we can fix it. I'm going to go to the vise. Okay. Right in there. Handy twisting wrench. I'm just going to tweak it back into plane. All right. So I'm coming up a little bit where the second one crosses. I'm just going to make sure I'm down right there. I tend to mark the side that I am about to bend because that way I can keep track of which way I'm going. Okay, so let's try them together. So I'm coming across pretty nicely here. This is coming up. It's touching here, it's not touching there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of back bend right there to bring that element down. Which now I got to untangle it. Thank you. All right, I think this should do it. Yikes. Okay. So I'm touching here on both, I'm touching here on both. The only thing that's not touching is this, because I believe that there is no cheating in blacksmithing. We're going to tack weld these things together. And once they're tacked, then I would just take a torch and just push that back, and I can squeeze it in the vise, and they'll pull up together. If you're not a fan of cheating, then one option is at these intersections to actually do what I refer to as a Lincoln log and lock them together. And you could rivet them or whatever your aesthetic tells you. So, okay, so are we going to call that, oh, wait. Does that one work? That one works. Great, okay. So we're going to call that piece good. We'll have it in the auction tonight. And you guys want to see a taco. Okay. Does anyone have a French chisel or a flathead screwdriver?
Orange shirt, flathead screwdriver right behind your head.
Okay. Do you mind me being mean to it? And is it a big one? What? A French chisel is a wide and very flat chisel. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like a. This'll probably work. Okay. So I can do these out of round or square. Yeah, one of these. So we're going to use this to open the taco. There you go. You in charge. Oh, you're like 3 inches, something like that. Okay. So in order, this is the leaf. I don't know if you guys remember which one it is. It's got a lot of dimension to it, and I don't have a sample with me, so you're just going to have to see how it turns out so you can see it on the back. But what I'm going to do is very similar to what I've been showing you. I'm going to draw a taper. I'm going to isolate that mass that will become the leaf and neck the stem. So I've got what I would refer to as a setup. And then I'm going to spread it. And I'm going to spread it nice and thin, hopefully. So. Oh, you know what else? Is there a ball peen hammer? There's one. Okay. So you guys got how you could totally do that weave without owning a fly press, right? Okay, good. Anybody else have any questions and requests?
Do you actually save your sort of patterns?
Do I save my patterns? I try to. I usually save the pattern because it's useful for reference. A lot of the time I never make it again, but it's useful for reference. And then I also was going to say, for those of you who were talking to me about maybe launching into business, when you're starting to make small items, make samples and keep them. So that way, when your customers come to you, you're not just saying, oh, I make this really cool door knocker, but you actually have, if not the whole door knocker, elements of it, because that's very useful. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that got really small. So when I was shouldering it, it slipped back, which is why that is very, very small. Yeah. Yes, it is a taquito. Tell you what, we can try that one, but I'm going to do another one. So normally I'm going to do this, this shouldering part on my power hammer. I'm going to neck it down that way. I don't think I realized what a power hammer addict I've become until I'm doing it by hand.
Joe, what part do making samples play in your business and finding work?
Did you guys hear the question? what part does making samples play in my business? And it is huge. I have customers come to my shop. I have material samples. I have texture samples. I have leaf samples. I have samples of different collars that they can choose from. So I can do anything custom, but I have a lot of items that I've found sell well that I keep a sample of, and finished samples too. So I have pretty much a rack right next to my desk. And when they come in to look at their drawings, lay them all out. And then, you know, I just have a box of parts too. Thank you. All right, we'll try the taquito. Yeah, I haven't made one of these in a long time. That is funky. I don't like the taquito. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna trash the taquito. Huh? You guys want me to try it? Let's see. I changed techniques. Okay. Yeah. All right, I changed my mind kind of midstream. What I did is I made a 4-sided taper and I shouldered it on 2 sides. I'm gonna use the hammer. Put my earplugs in. This is much better. Okay. That is a much better proportion for the material. The other one was just a little short. If you guys want me to be able to talk, I'm going to use some power here. So I was saying, I have a whole rack of samples of different materials, different textures. I also have great big bins and boxes labeled Art Nouveau samples, traditional scroll samples, leaf samples, branch samples. So I can pull all those too. Is that the little one?
This is the first one, yeah. Taquito.
I don't know. We don't need to do the taquito, do we? Well, we could use the taquito for something else. What defines Art Nouveau? Well, I could get the book and we could, we could read it, but really, to me, the essence of Art Nouveau is about incorporating nature into the design. So it has these flowing lines, it has leaves, it has grasses, things that you'd find in nature. Some Art Nouveau is more hard-lined, but the Art Nouveau that I'm really drawn to has sensuous curves. It has the interesting negative space. You guys know what negative space is? Yeah? Yeah. The space between. Okay. Give me a little more length on that one. All right. So you can see I didn't move much metal. That hammer's not hitting really hard, but what I was saying to some folks on my team, when you're using the hammer, even if it's not hitting hard, have it be predictable. If it predictably doesn't hit real hard, you can work with that. If it hits erratically, that's where you start really having a problem. I see you nodding.
I liked it. It was just keeping up with it.
So I have not gotten the stem super thin at the end. I might thin it out a little bit more. I usually just like to get it kind of defined before I make the leaf. If I get it really thin, the leaf will start flopping as I'm working it. So I know, we're going to turn the taquito into a different kind of leaf. That's what we will do. Yes, please. Sure. We're gonna do two at once. Do we have a nice sharp crossbeam? Maybe. Maybe. Not sharp, sharp, but sharper than mine. Okay. So what I did is I forged a four-sided taper. I'm going to have the ridge up because, as you know, if you look at a piece of half-inch square on the flat, it's half-inch wide. When you turn it, it's wider. I'm going to use this mass, bring it down, and then start spreading it out. Okay. Work that. Yep. Okay, you can see the leaf shape is starting. So sorry. Another thing that I do on the hammer is I spread these leads. Instead of coming in towards the dies like this, where they're radius, I'm going to come in from the side, and it's going to give me a fullering action to draw them out. Thank you. And mess with that right there. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to the hammer. I'm going to pull side to side. Sorry, I'm at my back to you. Yeah, can I do that with this hammer? Okay, that's getting kind of cold. You see? So I am coming in with the dies coming in this direction, And then I'm also coming this direction a little bit. Okay? So both sides. Everybody's very quiet today. Is everybody full of chili? Everybody ate too many beans? It wouldn't be quiet, yeah. Yes. You can also, exactly what Dick said, you can use the horn as a fuller, and you can hit against it, and that's going to help you draw it out. Yeah. Yep. There's my taquito. Okay. Okay, I'll do that. So what he was saying is come here. See how much action I got on that? What?
I like the hammer
The hammer what?
better.
You like the hammer better? I'll do that one on the hammer, I'll do this one by hand. There you go. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I'm almost there. I'm getting, sorry, I'm supposed to put it there. I'm getting really thin. I want to get a little bit thinner. And I want to maintain a reasonable shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nature is not perfect. Okay, so this one, we're going to do a different leaf. And so what I've done is I've left a ridge in the center. And I need someone to strike for me. Oh, wait, one second. All we're going to do is put some veins in it.
Okay.
Can we just use,
A hand hammer?
huh?
We want a sledge or a hand?
Just a hand, yeah.
Am I getting them hot enough for you?
Huh?
Am I getting them hot enough?
Yeah, what?
You don't need this, do you?
No, we're just going to.
Get away from me with that.
Now, I just want to put some little veins in it.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the,
This is the big one.
that's the big one.
You want the little one?
Yes, please.
No, that's still, that's all right. Got it.
You like it?
Brent with us now.
Ah.
Yeah. Brent, is that your hammer? This one? Is that yours? Yes.
Notice the almost non-existent handle.
Yeah. What's up with your handle? Did you talk about that and I missed it?
It used to be a lot bigger, but it's worn down over the last 10 years. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Okay.
At least I know which way it's going to hit.
Yep.
You know what they say about that, right?
Okay.
I changed positions so it wouldn't deflect.
All right. You gotta
First
turn
time I
that
hit
around.
It just glanced off because I wasn't pulling it towards Jill. Sorry.
You what?
I
You
wasn't pulling it towards you. I was hitting it straight down so it shot out.
It's okay.
Ideally, if you strike, the hammer should come straight up off the tool, right? And the striker shouldn't glance off. It should stay right where they put it.
And we have the baby again. Yeah. The long bar is the small one.
Yes.
Okay. Does that work?
Yep.
Yep, let's do that one again. Yeah. Why is that just not hot? Right there. Well, shoot. Okay. That
was my fault.
doggone it. So you can see what we're doing is kind of a chevron pattern. You can do this by yourself, you know, with your crosspeen. It's a little easier to be more precise with your lovely assistant. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
What? Yeah.
Brent Bailey hammer. Get yourself one.
I,
Wait, I'm supposed to spit.
okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yep, I know it was really taxing. Okay.
Thanks. I hope that's not left.
Okay, I'm just going to flatten the inside. Okay. So this is really thin now. You need to get it really thin in order to be able to taco it. All right, this last one, I'm just going to clean up this. I'm going to clean up the stem a little bit now that I have done the forging. Yep. Looking good? Nope, sorry. Your what? It is very thin. So in my shop, I just have a crappy little stump that is not attached to my anvil. We use it for taking the dog leg out of a piece if we've twisted it and it comes out a little funky, because you don't want to hit your twist onto the face of the anvil, so the stump burns away. And I also use it to give life to my leaves. So it's one of the only times I use a ball peen, and I'm going to just use this little wood spot right here, and I'm going to beat life into it. So.
Usually beat like that.
I know. Okay. Okay. Oh, first I'm going to taco. Okay, started my taco. All right. Part of the difficulty is, of course, it's so thin, it doesn't hold heat very well, which is why we're doing 2 pieces at once. Okay, I'm going to beat life into this one. I'm going to hit it from the back. So you can see it just has a little bit of an irregular curve. I might want to make the very tip go the other way. Gives it a little bit of life. And of course, you can use this element anywhere. If I tapered it more, you could bring it around and make a loop for the top of your ladle or any other little doodads. Yes, you want it flat on the anvil?
Tip it up a little so you can see the monitor.
Can you see it? So this is definitely a one-sided leaf, but it's great for, handles, anything like that. So this was the taquito. It's a chip now. All right. Huh? Okay, I'm going to start over here. You guys can pass it around. Sorry, it's so long.
Ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready. Yep. Okay, so I have a taco. The hardest part is to get the fold to actually hit the very center of the tip, because I don't believe there is cheating. If you miss that, grind it off so that your center line is the center. Once again, it's just not holding very much heat because it's so thin. So, how much time do I have? 30 minutes?
Is it 3?
Okay, so I got like 30 minutes. All right. What? Yeah, I'm gonna teach you some more organic elements that you can incorporate. Let's do the grass after this. Okay. Okay. So I've kind of sealed the deal down the back. I'm going to shape up this a little bit while I have it. Okay. So this is where an assistant of some nature comes in. Who is my assistant now? Come on up. What? Right. Okay, so the chisel is right here. What I'm going to have you do is I want you to hold that taco right in this step, and you're going to stand where I am so that you can smile at the camera. Okay?
I can be Vanna.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the crack. I'm going to start hammering, and I'm going to start working it open. Okay.
Here's my job to resist.
Yes. I think that's pretty good. Let's just get another heat. It's way easier if this is hot.
You want to do that?
That's what I'm going to do next. Yeah. It's just way easier if it's nice and hot. I am trying not to hit the bottom of the leaf with the chisel because it just makes a little unsightly mark. So.
This is a old form.
Yes, this is technically a fold form. Yep. Okay. Fabulous. I think, let's see, I might need to do that. Good. I might not be quite there. Let's see. See, it's starting to open. A lot of the time, I don't even worry about opening the very end because, you know, it looks like it's growing that way. I'm going to break it if I do that. I am never completely done, but yeah.
Finished with you.
Good thing you got rid of him early. He'll take over the whole project.
Is this anything? We're going to do this piece too. Huh?
One of Jim's tools, but not anymore.
Is this a tool? I don't think so.
No.
Where is Jim?
We're ready.
Okay, cool. Huh? Not real. You're hot?
It's hot.
Once again, I can add a little life to it from the back. Sorry you can't see this. So I just start getting a little bit of undulation on the sides. Okay. Ta-da. All right. Ta-da. Let me hold it up. One taco. You see, it's got a nice little spine on the back. Ta-da. So you can tell, definitely this is a fold form. Are you guys familiar with fold forming? Yeah? Okay. All right. Questions, tips? You guys gonna come and do this? Okay. Yes. Am I what?
Gonna do a collar?
Am I gonna do a collar? Yes, I am. Do you want to watch me do a collar?
Whatever, either here or after the.
Yeah, so what I would do, because I didn't rivet this all together and it's going to be tacked, is I would tack them together. And then I actually brought a collar that I've already made into a U to fit it. We've done fences that have collars every 4 inches and that kind of thing. So we've made some jigs at my shop for making hundreds and hundreds of collars. Do you have a good way to make collars? No, although you could. Is that how you do it? Is that how you do it? Yeah. We have, we're pretty low tech. I have a number of them. It's from the end, a plate with 2 square bars on it. If I'm going to draw this, oh heck. I'm standing right in my own way, aren't I? All right. Sorry. Okay. All right. Plate. We put a little stop on it right here and right here. And you just take the piece of metal, push it up to the stop, and then we have a corresponding piece and we just slam it down. So it's the exact same thing. The width between the bars, of course, needs to be the width of the material that you're collaring, plus the thickness of the collar, maybe a hair more. Yes, twice. Yes, the thickness of the collar on both sides. Yeah. So that's the way we do it. And then we just have a bar with a corresponding mated piece that we drive down. So I'm assuming that's what you're doing on the fly press.
Yeah, just soften those inside edges on
Oh, right.
part too.
This edge right here, soften a little bit because you'll drag. Yeah.
Graphite works well there too.
What?
Smear a little graphite.
Uh-huh. Yes, because it does want to drag when it goes in. But yeah, we've made. Okay, sounds good. So I can,
Punches, I think, right there, right?
yeah, you can come help me.
Can you strike?
Yeah, let me go ahead and do the little setup. So we're going to do this very simple little piece of grass. I'll send these around. Okay, wake up, you get one. Okay. All right, I'm going to draw a taper. I'm going to neck it off. skinny at the end. So I'm doing a longer taper. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. I can't talk anymore. But I want to leave a little bit of thickness for that punch. And when we do the punch, it's also going to help it spread a little bit because the punch is going to push it 360. It might be too small for the big one. We'll just have to see.
That? That's too small. Okay,
Oh,
good, 'cause
no,
that's
no,
the only
no.
one I don't have a tool for that's got a grip. But
I know we need the small one. I don't know if
you
the,
need that one.
yeah.
Okay. Find a chain link or something around here. Or do you just want to hold it?
I'll just hold it. That's fine.
Could also use yours.
I like the way you think. Very good. We can open a beer with it and hold the tongs. Okay. Thank you. Good. All right, let's see if that'll.
Want a big hammer or just a light hammer?
Yikes. We'll just do it. Sorry.
You want a switch or just a light hammer?
You might need to give it a good pop. I don't know. You know yourself.
I think it's in order from large to small.
Okay. So the grass pieces that I brought were pieces that I was working on for a panel that I was doing, and I just had random grass pieces. I'm putting them together, and what I find is that I can look at it. I'm playing on the floor, so I can lay them down. When I look at it, it looks good. I often will take a picture and look at the picture, and it looks different. Do you find that? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, perspective.
There's something about when you look at a picture, and then also you can lay it out one way, take a picture, and change your orientation. Take a picture, and you can decide between the two which one you like without going, what was the version that I liked? So I highly recommend grabbing your iPhone, just documenting.
A lot easier with an iPhone, too.
Yeah, yeah.
A photographer explained to me that when you look at something with your eye, you're thinking about a given thing, and that's what you focus on, and that's what you see.
Exactly.
When you take a photograph, the camera sees everything, and that's why it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Absolutely.
you don't look at everything, you look at what you want to see.
Exactly, exactly. It is completely different when I take a picture. So. Oh, sorry. Okay, we'll just do it. Yep,
Want a small one?
yeah, small one. Good, that's bigger than I thought it was.
Good. Right there.
Give it a little more. Let's go ahead and move up. Let's hit that small one more time. Yeah. Okay. So can you see? It was not a particularly beautiful blank that I made because we really do want those edges to move. Got it?
Would you do this?
What? Anything we found in the tool closet. is- This is not the set that I would know. Right, yes. We have small, sort of medium, and bigger. So they're not really a perfectly cascading set, but it'll work.
Now, would you do this under the power hammer?
Yes. Yeah.
Get a lot more displacement with that.
A lot, yeah. The punches that I have at home are very similar to yours.
Shorties.
Yeah, it's really nice to have a shorty because when you hit, it's not going to kick. You're much less likely to kick. It's got a nice, a rounded surface here, so when the hammer's coming down, it's also less likely to kick. This is what you want with the roundy thing, but I believe we can make do. Wait, no, I'm not. Let's see, do I have enough room to do another medium and then a large? Probably. We'll see. Yeah, we do.
Angle.
Yeah. And yeah, let's do it. Yep. Ta-da.
More like a power hammer, that thing?
That was definitely a power hammer. You know I'm addicted to power hammers. Okay. So can you guys see? Really simple, effective. It kind of gives almost like a bean pod edge, the way that the material naturally swells. Thank you very much again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, why don't you just give me a nice long heat and we'll make that pretty. And, oh, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and we'll do the last piece of grass. Oh, look, here's a piece of round. So obviously very simple forging. Unless, we can do this piece of grass, or we also have time, if my power hammer is available, to do the rosette. Any opinion? The rosette? Let's do the rosette. Okay. You don't want me to make you a bundle of grass. Okay. Nope, we're not going to do that one. Do we have some pickup tongs to grab this with? Okay, so.
That might have been a piece of twisting wrench.
What?
That round might have been a twisting wrench.
Oh, was that what yeah, I made his twisting wrench more beautiful. So for this, we did not scavenge an oblong punch, which is what I would typically use to do this, but do you? Okay. So the parent material on this is, what is that, 2.5? What?
2 by 2 by quarter.
2 by 2 by quarter. This one that I had is 2 by 2 by 3/8, but we're going to do it in quarter. Or we could do it in half if you just want to get crazy. You want to go half? You want to strike, right? We could try. Let's start them both.
You gonna use these again?
No.
Then I can hook that up.
Yeah, because that's going to be nice. Yep. Mhm.
You're not using this one, right?
No, I think we're all done with those.
Yeah.
I think. I want it like that. I had to think how I wanted it.
That all the time.
So these grasses, I know this is not going to be the ideal place to do it, but what I was playing with is doing kind of a bouquet, and they could be put together, collared, and it could be a panel inside of a railing, a freestanding element, but I just like the way they interact with each other, the different curves. So I just make a lot of curves and play with them the way that they interact. So we'll just add that other piece of grass to this bunch of grass. Okay. Thank you. Can I do this? I'm going to move these blocks further apart so I just get a nice sweet curve. Oop, I'm off my block. I'm off my rock. Yeah.
Got you pretty tight.
There. And of course you can, these are all in plane. You can start pulling out of plane. In the piece in my slideshow yesterday with the kind of bunch of grasses, they kind of weave with each other and then I float them off the wall so that you get a nice shadow effect. So yeah. Whatever floats your boat, play around with them. It's a leaf kit. Okay. What?
10 minutes.
Well, I think we can execute the rosette. Okay. All right. You ready? We're going to do the thin one and the thick one, and we'll see the difference. How's that? So you're going to smack the snot out of it.
George over here. Right here, step up, Stuart.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so are you my power hammer?
You want Stuart to be your power hammer?
Sure, come be my power.
Sure.
Okay.
This is Pat Quinn's hammer. He's out of New York. He makes some gorgeous tools if you've never seen his work.
Yeah. Go. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So you can see what I'm aiming to do is set the tool not overlapping the very point because I like to have a little thickness there, and then running diagonally. All right, let's try the thick one.
Okay.
There we go. Yep. Yeah. Woo! Okay, I'm a little bit off, but you can see how I'm already starting to get an interesting shape to the outside where it's swelling. You're going to get a lot more of that interest with a thicker metal because you have more displacement and a nice power hammer. Thank you. Go ahead. Okay, so can you see already it's getting some nice shape. The next step is going to be to add the accent lines, but we're going to do the thick one as well. Let's see, how do I want that? Yep. Hang on. Yep. 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 Hang on. Yep. One more. Okay, so you can see I'm getting a lot more interest with the thicker metal. Yep. Yeah, go. Do that one a little more.
Sorry.
That was exciting. Okay. Yep. I'm going to heat it up.
Okay.
So as I'm adding, never mind. Okay. Hang on. Go. Yep. Uh-huh. Give that little baby one more. One more. One more. See how it's starting to pooch right there?
Yeah.
Can you see as we go deeper and I'm coming off the edge, we're getting an interesting shape to the outside, especially on the thicker one.
Ready for you.
Hot iron? So, hang on, Dan's ahead of me. I can hardly see where we went. Okay. Yep. Let's get it hot. I don't want to kill you. So, okay, before Dan hands me hot metal, what I was getting at is that as I'm adding these accent lines, I'm trying to kind of aim them all towards the center so that they're radiating outward. I found that's the most attractive. I've tried them all different ways, but somehow that kind of floral effect has been the most visually pleasing to me. Where are we? Yuck. Yep. Oops, a little far. Hang on. We have one more. Yep. They look kind of even.
That one seems small.
Oh, I left one off. That's why it looks wrong. I missed one.
Okay, we'll get it.
Okay. Cannot see. Is that it? Maybe. Ooh, okay, that's good. We have a brush right there. Looks pretty good. Yeah. What do you think? Should we go deeper with the first one or leave it alone? Leave it alone. Okay, so we got one more.
Okay, where did
This
you
one's
do-
done.
Oh, it's done, okay.
Yep.
Need more coffee?
One more?
Yeah.
There. Did we get them all?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna knock that little broken part back.
Looks awesome.
That worked. Okay. Let that one sit. All right. Ta-da. Okay. So I will tell you guys a nifty trick that I use if I am using this as a rosette. You know, you can drill or punch a hole in the center, use a nice big dramatic rivet, or maybe a square head bolt in the center since this is a square. And I also often will put a washer behind it because then that gives it another layer. And you can dish the washer, you know, if you want to have a little bit of depth. Cut into the washer, add all that. So. Dish, not dis. Okay, so here.
When you use that as a foot, do you dish it to
Yes, yes, that's an excellent question. When I use it as a shoe, I'm gonna set it down. I'm gonna give it a little pop right in the back so that it's not rocking on itself, and then we just drill in these depressions. So, let me quench this one. We'll pass them around, and we're done. All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Here, I will just leave these on the table. You guys go run around.
Bye, Aaron.